Hello Internet, and welcome to the bottom of the well. This is a pretty heavy narrative game based on text and choices. If that's not your thing, then watch some of the other videos. But if it is your thing, then let's get into it. Okay, so we can have some different types of characters. Well, we're always the same character, but it seems like we can be some different Alice versions. I'm gonna go with the default Alice, and then on my own I'll check out some of the other Alices, and maybe I'll just make something interesting out of it. So let's go with default Alice. I know that the intro can be quite lengthy, so I'm gonna jump when I reach the action. So see ya. Okay, so this is basically the game. We're inside one of Alice's dreams, where she is telling this guy, the Hatter, about the dream, and we have to make the different choices of what happened inside of her dream. It's quite interesting, so let's see what happens. The idea is that a bomb fell on the city in her dream, so we're out in some sort of survival scenario. Generally, I'm gonna wait until the dialogues have been have been filled out, and then I'm gonna go right ahead, or else this can take quite a long time. Wait, what? The Alphas in some kind of real adult person job in the stream of yours? Yeah, I know that feeling. Ain't nothing wrong with some language-based education. In my country, we are constantly being bombarded with that the only thing that is good for anything is like being like a construction worker or something like it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You just get a little tired of hearing it, especially when you're not exactly a construction worker type. So what did you do? Okay, so while we heard the bomb, what was the first thing that we did? I'm gonna apply myself to these scenarios, and we'll see where it goes from there. See, so after I'm getting noticed that the bomb is here, what will I do? I went online to find out what was going on. I immediately tried to call Chess. I immediately think about my options. I'd actually go online, see what was going on. Yeah, that's a good point. The phone networks would be completely overworked. Isn't the net supposed to be some kind of therapy invention? And I wouldn't be surprised that's the kind of system to take place, or if need be. Yeah, that's the whole idea that the internet is like a giant conspiracy. If it is, then it's a conspiracy that I like, except for the weird parts of the internet. They're weird. I'm part of this service. In touch with my brother, he's the only one. And a group chat. It was spreading through our social network like wildfire. Someone had found the closest old fallout shelter that was actually operable. Down on 30, people were going there and just grabbing all they could right before. So what happens next? No, I did find you online. Ooh, that's interesting. That must have been useless. I'm all the way over in old Blighty, unless things were different in your dream. Oh, so she's in, I assume, America? And he's in England? Oh, that's dark. It was only a dream, yeah. Sure. So then what? Okay, so we can either head straight for the shelter, Which might actually be a good idea just in case the bombs actually start falling. No way that we're gonna make it out of the city. So, yeah, I'd head for the shelter. Yeah, of course we're gonna bring some stuff. Big on the inside and all that. Can I get it up for my Whovians? Okay, let's see. What do we bring? Okay, we're definitely taking a radio. If we're going in a shelter, definitely a sleeping bag. Food. And a map. Ooh, I can have a map in my hands. Flashlight. And, well, more hello? Can I take some more food? Not enough room? Oh well. Then this is what we're taking. Did you run into trouble? I bet we did. So I headed towards the shelter from my apartment. I'll admit I was still kind of hoping it was all just some kind of big false alert and by tomorrow everything would be back to normal. It probably wasn't. Like an extreme version of Orson Welles' War of the Worlds broadcast. Oh, that was hilarious. Do you guys know about that? Back in the old days, a giant radio transmission about aliens invading and people like believing it, and they were basically trolling people over the radio. It's hilarious. Seriously, look it up. Guess that English lit degree is coming to use at least. Where it sounded. Turmoil, chaos, anarchy, turmoil, pandemonium. That's a good way to describe the end of the world. The capital of hell. Now who's got a degree in lit? Stop stalling. Yeah. Like I said, everything felt so real. The panic in the streets, the accidents everywhere, with no emergency responders showing up, and the ever-present siren. It was like everyone walked with their eyes to the sky, just expecting to see a flash. Do you make it to the shelter? The shelter was actually in the basement of a bar. They used it as a storage, which was handy since there was a door towards the street, but there is no sign of anything like that anymore. I just knew about it from Facebook conversation. Oh, it's gonna get crowded in there, isn't it? Ooh, background change. Just imagine junkies and hope he's leaving one of those tracks bags anyway. The suspense is killing me. So I knocked on the door, then immediately trying to handle it. It was like nothing happened for a while, and then the door opened just a bit, and she stuck her head out. She? The bitch queen. She was this redhead chick who had taken charge of everything in there. She was the one who originally posted about the place. I guess she felt like she owned it somehow. She stood there in the doorway looking me over, then basically said, "We're full," like it was an exclusive club. Not a chance. There was a sign on the door that said capacity 100. There's no way there was 100 people in there already. I said as much. She didn't reply. I guess you didn't just let it be at that. Now, what should we do here? I tried talking my way in. Well, she did mention that she's a bitch. I tried to push the door open. Oh, that's probably not gonna work. I said I wasn't the only one wanting to get in. I gave up. Definitely not giving up. Let's try to talk our way in. For any more attention, try to find some other place to hide. Stone cold bitch indeed. I tried telling her I wouldn't be a burden. I had brought food. I opened my bag and showed her. You're nicer than I would be. What would she say? I wasn't being nice or being desperate. I was trying to figure out the rule of this new reality. She hesitated. Then she said, "All right, but you will have to share." A bribe, huh? How tempting. What was your answer? Yeah, I'm taking her up on her offer. There's gonna fall a bomb out there. Of course I'm trying to get in here. Okay. I have to empty my bags. I think I'm gonna lay low for now and just... Yeah, I'm just happy that I managed to get inside. Yeah, that's also a pretty good point, Hatter. Yeah, I didn't know how many friends she actually had in there and I wanted to be one of them. Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't what she intended to do at all, although yeah, I probably would have. She just wanted to do inventory. I quietly did what she told me even when she was being pretty. So what happens next? She assigned me a corner, so I went there and settled in. Okay, so we're about 20 people. The place had 20 people in it, me included, but she stayed away from most of the rest of us, so yeah, she did. We were the last to arrive? No, soon after there was some others. These she let in without trouble, embracing one of them, this big burly guy with a motorcycle jacket. Someone you knew? Actually, yeah. Ray was his name. He lived pretty close. I mainly knew him for his love for motorcycles. I had no idea he knew the bitch queen. Oh, here's another good like a good conundrum, if that's the word for it. Oh, I don't want to mess up the order of things. I'm just glad that I survived. I protested. There's plenty of room, but the less people we are, the more supplies there are for the rest of us. So I'm gonna keep quiet. I know this is super douchey, but I think that that's what most people would actually do. It boils my blood. So dramatic. But yeah. She and her friends closed the door and made sure it was kept closed. I really hope whoever was left outside actually left to find other shelter because the bombs were started to drop. Oh, it's gonna be interesting if this is gonna get nuclear or just serious military strikes. Instead of leading to the actual bunker, it's filled with barrels and barrels of beer and other drinks, but at least there was light for a while. So it actually happened, the nuclear war. Yeah, we had a radio with us and we sat clustered around it. At first there was sporadic reports that the US missile defense was working and that it was shooting down the incoming warheads, but then the signal turned off and a few moments later we felt the rumble. Yeah, that was a big deal like a few years ago that the US wanted it like a serious missile defense. And the rest of the world weren't really okay with it. Basically, why would you need a defense against, well, when you were allied with most other countries? Shelter did what it was designed to do, yeah. Although at one point there was a terrible sound just above and the shelter was briefly filled with dust. I was pretty sure we were all dead. People were screaming, babies were crying, the light flickered and died. It was the end. Your subconscious wasn't joking around. It subsided on candles and flashlights and waited for the radio to come back. It did after a while. What did it say? Just about expected fallout patterns. It sounded very recorded, but I guess that had to be someone alive up there that was still clicking the buttons, but even that ended after a while. Yeah, even the button clickers, they have to go somewhere. Wow, so how long did you stay down there? Cloud of red radioactive ash coming our way within 24 hours and told everyone to stay inside until further noticed. Then it died. Oh. So I guess you stayed at least 24 hours then. Of course. The problem came when we tried to leave. Opening the bunker wouldn't be a good idea. Well, the shelter was underground underneath a big trapdoor. Uh-oh. And the house above, it had apparently collapsed on the trapdoor. We tried to open it, pushed and pushed, but it wouldn't budge. Oh god. Buried alive. Yeah. Of course they will be all kind of drunk all the time too. But what then? Maybe that'd be a rescue? Maybe, but what if there wasn't? What did the others think? Ray and his queen wanted to sit tight and wait for help. A few of the others wanted to find an alternative way out. Maybe through one of the ventilation shafts. A third option would be to keep working on the trapdoor. It opened out, but if we removed the hinges and got it to collapse inward and then dug up throughout the debris. The radioactive debris, yeah. The radioactive debris. Anyways, people were getting very antsy, so it had to be time to some kind of decision. So what did you do? Staying put and waiting for rescue seemed the best option. Looking at the trapdoor. Yeah, I wouldn't sit back. I voted for working on a trapdoor. Yeah, that's gonna let radioactive debris in here. Either way, wanna get out of here. Opening up an alternative exit seemed the wisest, like a ventilation shaft. But don't you get your air? Well, yeah, so it was kind of risky to go messing with it, and we all knew that, but the trapdoor didn't feel like a good idea, and neither was just staying put, so yeah, it was a shot. So what did we find out? Well, I stood on the shoulders of some of the others and managed to dislodge the grate in one of the shafts on the roof. I shone a flashlight in and saw it was just barely big enough for one tiny shouldered person. Like a girl named Alice. Sounds like someone I know. I know, right, Hatter? You magnificent hat. I kinda really want your hat. Well, with a bit of help, they pushed me up into the shaft. It was tight, very tight, but I could just barely wiggle my way upwards. This was roughly the point I remember I had serious fear of enclosed spaces. Really, Alice? Really? You wouldn't remember that beforehand? Besides, you mentioned that there was a child there. Maybe just shove a child up there. I'll understand. What if you got stuck? No one would be able to help you, especially if it was somewhere further up. Who knows if it even led to the surface, or it was unblocked up there. Risky. You are not helping, my good sir. So, what did you do? Yeah, we're in for penny, in for pound. Brave. Somewhere else. Hey, don't ask me. Don't ask me. I did what I did in the dream because that's who I was in the dream. I don't think it was me exactly. It was more like a future potential me, you know. Ooh. Sure, I guess. Anyway, crawl space. What did you do? It was tight and it got tighter fast. I felt like hyperventilating, but somehow got my breathing under control. The flashlight helped a lot. Woo! Go flashlight! Very appropriate. No, I didn't. Anyway, somehow I managed to continue pushing myself up the sides of the tunnel. Every muscle in my body was burning. I hadn't been that far on the ground though. It must have been just a few dozen feet, right? Sure, but there were filters and it was thin and it went straight up, and yeah, it was not fun. Worst part was I wasn't even having any proper tools with me, just whatever we had used to pry away the first cover. A claw hammer, I think. What was your strategy? Yeah, I don't want to bash open way too many filters. I just want to go slow and steady. I didn't. Somehow I found myself looking at sunlight streaming in through a grate at the very top. At this point, I had removed about 5 active cold filters, so I knew that whatever else happened, their filtration system would be broken now. Oh yeah. In other words, you had to get them out. Yeah. building had collapsed on top of us, and it was nothing but concrete and rebar and broken glass. Luckily the ventilation shaft was on the street, and luckily nothing had fallen on it either. I'm pretty sure you couldn't just stand on the street after a bomb had hit nearby. I looked at the trapdoor soon enough. It was buried underneath a ton of rubble, but it actually didn't look as bad from up here. I concentrated effort from down below with some help from others I would see clear within a day, I was sure. How about the radiation? I don't know, we were waiting for a while. Everything was covered in a layer of ash, but I had no idea if it was radioactive or not. Alice, it was. You just heard that it was radioactive ash. You dumb person. Something happened up here. I'm more happy. So what did you end up doing? Oh, I could leave them. I had to dig them out. I figured it would be faster to dig them out if I found help. Yeah, I have food for a day, but it also means I would be radioactive for a day. I'm gonna go look for help. Good thinking. Where did you go? Well, the streets were a mess. Most of the buildings around had either burned or collapsed from the shockwave or other. I wandered around just shouting for a while until I decided I need to be more systematic about it. Systematically looking for help to dig trapped people out of an underground shelter. How did you do that? I started by going somewhere familiar, back to my apartment building. Lo and behold, there it stood, or half of it anyway. Hello? Ah, cool. Fallout shattered Alice's apartment. Was it badly hit? You could say that. I should have stayed behind and helped people. That's what one might expect. No, nobody's gonna be left alive, Alice. When inside, I almost immediately heard voices. I followed the sound as soon as I found a room on the ground floor. I knocked on the man open. I recognized him. He was one of my neighbors. His name was Ross, and he had a small group of other survivors he gathered in one of the bottom floor apartments. There was a family with 2 kids and a little lady, and then the janitor. Wow, that's gonna be one hell of a solid building. Not exactly a Marine Corps detachment, but better than nothing. After sharing stories of survival, they all had hid in their apartments and hadn't really moved from the building since. I told them about the fallout shelter. Did they agree to help? The family's kids were both getting really sick. I think they wanted to find any place that was safer than there. The others also quickly agreed. With the group in tow, we returned to the shelter's entrance. You didn't bother going back to your apartment? I did, actually, but it was nearly unrecognizable. The windows had all blown in and everything was covered in ash. Looked at it for a while, and yeah, it felt pretty bad, but somehow there just wasn't anything there that I wanted. It felt good to shut the door behind me and leave. More happiness, I guess. Interesting. Anyway, how about the whole thing? It was faster, definitely, but still had to collapse the trap door from below. Okay, damn, I thought we could maybe keep that. Must have been wonderful though to help dig out all those people. Were they grateful? Oh yes. Although Bitch Queen still held on to her forge, she said in no uncertain terms that she was staying right there and that anyone who didn't want to wait for rescue was free to leave. Were you free to stay? Not in a million years. Some of the others, though, the family with the kids, were allowed to go down. It was me she went after. Queen Bee syndrome, maybe. And the rest? Well, a few came up to me afterwards and asked me what I wanted to do. Okay, now I have people with me, but I'm not in a good mood. I said thanks to all of them and let them go. So what did you decide to do? You know what? I'm gonna cut it from here. This is an interesting story. I think it could be quite lengthy, so I'm gonna try to keep the story going without making the videos way too long. So consider subscribing, and I'll see you in one of my other videos. Goodbye!